Biorefineries are a strategic asset for EU ambitions, not just for climate change by producing renewable fuel, but also for food security and energy independence. A biorefinery is a domestic asset. It's taking agricultural resources produced in Europe by European farmers and converting them into a multitude of outputs. Ethanol, it's alcohol, can be used as a renewable fuel to replace fossil fuel in petrol and hybrid cars. But these biorefineries at the same time are producing food and feed and biogenic CO2. So there's a variety of outputs, all from domestically produced materials. Renewable ethanol, it's produced from renewable agricultural resources, so that's crops, waste and residues. It can be used in petrol and hybrid cars instead of fossil fuel. So it's helping reduce emissions from the cars that are the majority of cars on the road in Europe right now, and still the majority of cars, new vehicles that Europeans are buying. They're still buying hybrid, whether it's plug-in hybrid or other hybrid and petrol cars. The only way to reduce CO2 emissions from these cars is with a renewable resource like ethanol. In the EU, ethanol biorefineries are producing from crops, so corn, wheat, sugar beet, and also from waste and residues, a variety of outputs, not just the renewable fuel we need to reduce emissions, but also food, animal feed, to help reduce the need for the EU to import animal feed, such as soybean from abroad. We can have domestically produced animal feed. At the same time, we're producing the renewable fuel, and also at the same time that those are being produced, we're capturing biogenic CO2, which can be used in fizzy drinks and industrial applications, again, replacing fossil resources. So this is all renewable resources and strategic benefits for the EU. From a policy perspective, it's a really important time in the EU, not just here at the Parliament, but Commission and Council, because the EU has a chance to make sure that its transport policy, for example with reducing car emissions, to make sure that we don't just bet on one technology for reducing car emissions. Yes, we need electric cars, but we also need to reduce the emissions from internal combustion engine cars, and we need to have the flexibility of those vehicles going forward. So it's really important that EU policymakers have a more flexible approach that includes sustainable biofuels, such as renewable ethanol, which are already reducing emissions and can continue to reduce emissions. Again, it's a strategic resource for the EU, and it's really important from a policy perspective to have that flexibility. Again, not just electrification, not just internal combustion, but both. We can make it work.